What up? What up? What up? It's your boy JB coming right back at you. Welcome back to the channel. Had to jump on here real fast. Why Geno Auriema is wrong about Caitlin Clark and Paige Bueckers. Man, I don't know, man. Whenever there's a clash between old school and new school, y'all gonna see, man, very rarely now is old school gonna be right. And that's the case with Geno Auriema. One of the things I had to learn is embracing when something new is better than the old and not trying to hold on to the old too long. Geno Auriema sounds like the guy that's sitting on his porch mad about why the good old days ain't here anymore. If y'all didn't see it, he did a podcast where he talked about one person can't save women's basketball. Now, the reason why Geno Auriema is saying this is because he's synonymous with dominance in women's college basketball. I mean, we can't deny his coaching prowess. We can't deny his results. Hell of a coach in women's basketball. But he doesn't realize that once everything changed in college athletics, so does women's basketball have to change. And he's wrong because Caitlin Clark is already showing him that she's changed it by herself. Now, when Paige Bueckers gets into the WNBA and when Paige Bueckers has a good year like she's projected to have this year for Connecticut, you got two of these girls that are going to change the face of basketball. Now, a lot of people don't want to say it, but Caitlin Clark has already done it, okay? Caitlin Clark has already changed the face of basketball at the college level and at the pro level. Why? For the college level, she's given the women who are behind her the blueprint on what to do. Second thing, for the pro level, she's now making the whole league change so they can capitalize on the marketing that they can do with her. Look at the TV rights deal. It's already increased exponentially. So what is Geno Auriema talking about? Caitlin Clark is the face of college basketball and pro basketball. They're begging her to come overseas. They're begging her to try to come to Unrival. So how is it that Geno Auriema can say one person can't change women's basketball? I think women's basketball better hitch their wagon to Caitlin Clark and Paige Bueckers if she comes in and decides to do what Caitlin Clark is doing. Because, guys, she's already doing it. Now, Geno Auriema's got to say what he's got to say because he's trying to keep control over a scenario that no longer exists. Just like professional sports, college and pro, just like professional sports, college is a free-for-all now. So she can get, she's getting that influence because she's the only reason people are watching. Now, what Geno Auriema can't say that I'm going to say is Caitlin Clark and Paige Bueckers are going to change the game because we can't deny the racial component of this. You got two white girls who look feminine in a game that's been dominated by black women, right? Some of them are homosexual, some of them are heterosexual, okay? But Caitlin Clark and Paige Bueckers, from what I understand, I don't know too much about the Bueckers girls' personal life. I don't follow her on social media, but I know for a fact that Caitlin Clark has a boyfriend. And what I'm trying to tell you is if women basketball get back to that, when you're talking about two women who happen to be white, who are good at basketball, and if they are of the heterosexual, the heterosexual type relationship crew, they can save women's basketball. We keep trying to dance around the real issues, and Geno Auriema didn't even bring this up. But what you're going to find, guys, is that if women become feminine again, because the faces of the league are feminine, you can even throw Angel Reese in there. A lot of people don't like her, but she's unapologetically feminine. Who's the girl from Cameron Brink from Stanford who got drafted to the Sparks? There's a lot of women now who are embracing this femininity. We're actually seeing them walk through on their way to the locker room, on their way to the games. A lot of this stuff didn't happen at the level where people were paying attention. So Geno Auriema is wrong because Paige Bueckers and Caitlin Clark are already bringing eyes. Don't forget the young lady who plays for USC. She's just as good as well. So I think you're going to see, guys, that everybody's trying to hold on to women's basketball like it was so valuable, but it wasn't. Caitlin Clark has changed the game. Paige Bueckers is going to come in there. I think the other women are going to embrace femininity. They're also going to work on their game. They're going to be fun to watch. But you can't sit there and lie that Caitlin Clark ain't doing it by herself because I can see that Indiana Fever got rid of Christy Sides because they got to build around Caitlin Clark. European leagues begging her to play. Unrivaled leagues begging her to play. She's playing in LPGA golf tournament charity events. This girl is the face of women's basketball and hadn't had too many missteps, so she's already doing it. And that's why Geno Auriema is wrong, because if you bring this back, if you bring it back to white heterosexual women, black women gonna start being feminine like this again. And all of a sudden, guys, women's basketball is taking on a whole new shape, and Caitlin Clark is the reason. Y'all get down in the comment section, let me know what you think, man. Is Jeff crazy or is Jeff on to something? If you hadn't already, mash that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell for notifications. And until next time, I'm gonna holla.